Last Saturday, Nepal became one of the victims of the cruelty of nature. When the massive earthquake of 7.8 in magnitude struck on Nepal, they didn't get a chance to say goodbye to their loved ones. The peaceful country turned to a desert of anxiety and fear within seconds. More than 6,000 people were killed, and many thousands are still unaccounted for. Many historical places vanished, and hundreds of thousands of people became homeless. Lots of people were pulled out from the rubble after hours and days of effort. Among the survivors, there was a 5-month-old baby who was rescued after being buried under collapsed building for 22 hours. That Saturday morning, baby's mother had gone for shopping. When quake struck, she had returned from shop, and a few moments later, she saw the home she lived in collapse. The baby was asleep upstairs, in the 4-story home, when the walls of his home came crashing down around him. His father was working and his 10-year-old sister was outside. She started screaming and asked neighbors for help. She had very little hope that her children will survive the impact. However, after hours of search, they could find the elder daughter, Sonia, alive. But the baby was still missing. The family called the Nepalese army for help. They arrived at 6 p.m. and dug through the rubble, but they couldn't find any clues of the baby. So they left at 9 p.m. The father also began to lose hope of finding his son alive, until he heard baby cries from under the rubble. The rescue was difficult at the late night. They put their hope in God, and went to sleep in a nearby field. But they couldn't sleep. The next morning, the family returned to the remnants of their home, and they heard a joyful sound they had prayed they would hear. Their baby was crying. The soldiers came back and continued digging. And miracle of miracles, a soldier pulled the baby out of the rubble, 22 hours after the earthquake. His face was coated with dust. But he was alive, and the remarkable thing is, the baby barely has a scratch. He was saved from death by a cupboard that fell over him. He became happy when he returned to the hands of his mom. The family lost their home, and now they are living in the street under a tarpaulin, opposite their derelict house. But they are still happy, because God has given them back their baby. A miracle, baby.